Today, I'm going to be replacing the ignition coils on my 2007 Dodge Nitro RT with the 4-liter V6. And I got my ignition coils here. I got some NGK ignition coils. And these are the tools that I'm going to be using. Just a simple flathead screwdriver, a 3/8 ratchet with a 13mm socket, deep well socket on there, a 1/4-inch ratchet with a 10mm socket on there, a 13mm socket for the 1/4-inch ratchet, and a 1/4-inch ratchet extension. I have no idea how long this is. I have no idea how long this is. It's a snap-on, so who knows. So first thing that I'm going to be doing is just disconnecting the battery like this. Disconnect the battery. Okay, now that's disconnected. Once it stays where I want it to stay. No, the struggle is real. Okay, so I'm going to set you guys up over here. I got me a tripod. This is just a video on how I'm going to be changing the ignition coils on my 4-liter V6. And I noticed there's not too many videos on this engine, so I thought I'd just help you guys out. So first thing I like to do, I've done this like quite a few times actually on this motor. First thing I like to do is just don't rip it. Just take this I don't know, breather tube out. It disconnects from this little tube, right? See right there, it goes in there and it comes up to the intake here. Disconnect that. I'm definitely going to be going in depth on a lot of things here. Don't know why, that's just how I am. Just put that to the side, and then you'll be undoing the intake cover just with these little clips here, like that. Get you your screwdriver, go here, undo this hose. You're more than welcome to skip to parts of the video that you need in order to do this job, and then just disconnect this temperature intake sensor, and this whole little part here just comes off like that, and then you can put that to the side. And now you have a lot more room to work over here in this general area. Now over here it gets a little weird. You're going to be using your 13mm, so take off that 10mm. Don't lose that. I know how hard it is to lose that. Put your 13mm on like that. Undo these little things that hold the coolant hose on, and be careful with these. I'm not too sure what metal these are made of. I'm pretty sure they're made out of copper, so be very careful with them and don't strip them. Put that to the side. Get you this other one here. Try and reach back there. Not too much room to work with on this Nitro. There we go. And then you're just gonna pull this guy off of the studs, and just gonna kind of gently push it out of the way. This is where the deep well socket comes in. Make sure it's on off, or it's gonna take off and not tighten. I think that's off. Get on the stud, because this is holding this side of the intake down. Then you just break her loose. And what I like to do is get the nut and just thread them on together like this. That way you don't lose the nut or the stud, and it'll freak out over anything. All right, so once you've taken everything off on this side, that was it. Just those two and that coolant hose. That's all you're gonna be taking off on this side. Now this side, you got some hoses to deal with. I'll try to zoom in a little bit maybe on here. There we go. So you got this hose. Now you're gonna be going back to your 10mm. Hopefully you didn't lose it. And you're gonna be taking off the EGR over here. Just some 10mm. once you got those two out, the EGR is free. Now, here comes the last part, well, one of them. Just unplug everything like the throttle control, the map sensor, and this throttle actuator. I don't know what that's exactly called, I forgot. It was a while ago. Just undo it. They're 10 millimeters. Extensions help a lot with these. And what I like to do is when it's free, or once you get it completely loosened, is they'll come up like this, and you'll feel it hit, like the thread hits the bottom of the intake, and then just kind of back them out a little bit, and they hold like that so it doesn't drop back down. And just do that for all of these. Now that you got all the bolts up, it is officially time to take the intake manifold off. So just grab it, and try not to get the back bolt here stuck on this ABS line here. Just kind of pull up. And one other thing, there is a connection right there that you have to disconnect in order to pull this up. Kind of, there we go, it's disconnected. Just like that. So you guys back up right about, that looks pretty good. And also keep in mind the EGR, you kind of have to pull up at an angle. I'll show you guys pretty much how to do that. It's like this, at an angle, and there we go. Set that aside, and do not set it on the gasket here. Do not set it on its mating surface. Kind of lean it up like this. That should be good enough. And we have exposed the ignition coils. These guys are the ignition coils here. We've got 6 of them because it's a V6. Let's zoom you guys out. There we go. And then just kind of start disconnecting them. All of these bad boys. These suck. You might notice a lot of aftermarket things to this car. That's because, if you guys already don't know, I have done head gaskets on this car, and it was a pain. And for example, there's the ignition coil. There's gonna be a little suction to them because they're nice suction fits. And yeah, there's the ignition coils. These are not stock. These are just cheap Chinese aftermarket ones. They're just, I don't know, throw those away or keep them or whatever you want to do with them. All right, and I got the ignition coil, the brand new NGK ignition coil. This honestly looks really good. So just how you put them back in is kind of how you got them out in the first place. Just set them on, and you'll feel it hit the spark plug. Push it on until it just goes there. And then take your bolt, thread it on, get you your 10 millimeter. Snug them up, plug it in. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll bring it over here. Plug them in, and then just, if it doesn't go, that means it's not plugged in all the way. Just bring it more towards, and it should. There you go. It's forward. You can see the little orange tab right there. That's good to go. It's not going to come off. It's in its correct position. Then you just do that for all 6 of them. And once you guys have done that, you guys now put the intake back on. And while it's like right about here at an angle, you got to get your EGR in. There we go. And then lift up this ABS line, get it over the bolt. And then before you start bolting it back on, over here again, this connector, you have to do this while it's loose. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to plug it in. But kind of lift up the intake a bit. Let's see if I can get you a view here. Yeah, it's pretty good, right about there. See right here, Lift it up. It's a little difficult sometimes. There we go. And plug it in. Then just do that process, but reverse. I'm sure I'm gonna have it like sped up or something. Just start connecting crap. Actually, I'm supposed to bolt it in first. Here we go. Once you got your intake bolted down and I got the EGR on, come back around over here, put the stud in. Like so. And don't forget, you guys have 2 studs, one here and one right there. Then get your front one on. Then you put the nuts on. And this back one can be a little tricky to get to. There we go. Okay, and my tripod is trying to fall over. There we go. Okay, it's not exactly straight. There we go. Right about there. Get your 13. Bring these like pipes back, or hoses back over there, but not just yet. This one, putting this one on first makes everything a bit easier. Just put this one back right there. I'm trying to show everything for you guys, but it's kind of hard to work on a vehicle and hold the camera at the same time while getting a good view for you guys and explaining everything right. There we go. Put this guy back on. And this guy. I need to, there we go, widen the camera a bit so it makes it easier to show everything. Get this guy, put that guy back on. And this temperature intake sensor, put that right about there. And then you can grab this guy, put him on. Make sure the little plastic tabs go in these little slots here. Try not to move the intake or the air filter around too much. And it makes it easier if you can just slide that on. Then should be able to, there we go. Clip. Clip. Make sure this guy's on. Tighten her up. There we go. And get you this guy. Make sure it's on. That guy can cause a lot of problems. Not a lot, but you know, it can cause problems. Grab all your tools. Leave the 10mm out because we still got to put the positive back on. But take all your tools, put them away and such. And don't forget your breathing tube. That goes right in there. Like that. Comes around up here into the intake like that, and then just kind of get it on this side. It clips in, and then you're done. All right. So what I like to do on how to reset the vehicle is I just kind of do it like this until it honks, and it did it first try. Who knows, maybe it's a sign of good luck or something. All right. Then check out your handiwork. See if she runs. Got everything hooked up. Double check. Otherwise, it'll run like crap. All right, let's give her a shot. And I like to let it sit in the run position just for a little bit, till you see pretty much all the lights go out, and just crank her over and see if it causes any problems, which seems to have solved. Yeah, she's running really good, a lot better than before. Nice and smooth. You can put all your tools away. And that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless.